Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the basement again. And of course, when I feel like it o'clock, which happens coincidentally right at when I feel like it. And we have been doing a series of what's going to happen in the summer uh, uh, type questions and the rumors that are going on with teams and what I feel that the summer is gonna happen for these teams, and on some cases what I think will happen the team will do. We did the Oilers, we did Nashville, we did Pittsburgh, we've done who am I forgetting? Oilers, Nashville, Pittsburgh, whatever. We've done a few. Go to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom, and you'll see which ones we've done so far. Winnipeg was another one I just recently did. Now, I was talking to a fellow on the Twitter there, and name is Greg Hool. I believe that's how he says his last name. And we were talking about the Chicago Blackhawks. So I'm going to do the Chicago Blackhawks now for what's going to happen, what I feel is going to happen in the summer for them, and maybe what I think the team will do. The big reason why we're talking about the Chicago Blackhawks right now is that uh, they are thinking about possibly, the rumor is that they might be trading Brent Seabrook. Well, it's an interesting rumor, and I would have traded him a long time ago. Not that I really don't like the guy. Uh, there's his fancy stats aren't so pretty, but I think he's a lot better than those fancy stats kind of give him credit for, but still a little overrated compared to what a lot of people think they are. And oh, by the way, make sure you stay well lubed, as you already know, and I got some new fancy Jaime's Body Lube in a cute little package here. I love it. You should try it out sometime. Okay. Anyways, so where was I? Oh yes, Seabrook. The thing about trading Seabrook is he has an NMC, a no movement clause. So he would have a lot of control over where he would go. I can understand why they want to do it. He's making over $6 million a year, and he's probably on the decline of his career now, starting to go on the decline. Um, like I said, defensively he's quite overrated. He blocks a lot of shots, and he is a big hitter. And yes, that is important, fancy stats guys. If you are going to be one who has a lower possession rate, it's pretty good idea to be blocking shots and hitting people in the zone. It prevents people from getting into the areas where they shoot, where they can get the best shots. And I'm not sure about what his shot projection is as far as how many clean chances or good chances they get while he's on the ice. And if you are an analytics person, let me know. But I have a feeling it's not that high compared to other people. That being said, he does spend more time in his zone than he should. He's not the fastest skater in the world, and far too often even though he has pretty good stick skills, he just bangs it up the boards and it ends up on the opposition stick and comes back. And a lot of people don't realize, like, if a defenseman does that, most people are just watching the game. They think, well, that was a safe play. Oh, good. Oh, well, it didn't work out. But now, if he were a skilled player, like say Gardner, who had a much more of imagination and hockey sense in the defensive zone, he might get picked off once or twice a game trying to pass it to this person or that person, but still be able to get back and make defensive play. However, he'll get lambasted for that. Where a guy like Seabrook, because he hit some guy in the corner and passes around the boards, everybody says, oh, well, he made a safe play and it didn't work out. That's what happens with a guy like Seabrook. Now, that being said, if they can find a trade for him, there would be a big market. I mean, they would get a big return. The problem is he can pretty much nix any trade. So and he can nix the fact that there is even a trade. So we don't even know if it's going to happen. I don't like the idea of trading him if he's got like 3 teams that he'll go to, and you have to work out a deal, and you're only going to get a first round pick in return. I'd say keep him if that's the case. The guy I think the likelihood is going to have to go, and it's too bad. Well, you probably already know about Kruger. They're likely going to be trading him. They're talking about sending him to Vegas with a pick so they don't lose anybody else and they get some cap space. But if that's not enough, and it's possible that it's not, I would say that Nisimov is likely going to have to go, and that's too bad because Nisimov is a hell of a good centerman. But it's the way of the world for Chicago with their core that they have. They're going to have to do this. However, they've done a fantastic job of, even though they've had late draft picks, bringing in some really good prospects. Not even prospects now, they play on their team. Now, you know, because you watched my videos last year, of course you did. If you didn't, go watch them, and you'll see how accurate I was. I picked Chicago to barely make the playoffs. Now, they did make the playoffs more than barely. I also picked them to lose to Nashville. And the reason why that was is they had too many college kids on their team. The college kids, those kids that they have are very good. A lot better than I thought they would be, actually. Which is a testament to how awesome they are at drafting. But when you have a guy like Hinostroza and you need cap space, you can get rid of Anisimov probably now. That kid's probably more prepared for a bigger role this year, although I think he'd still be a little bit over his head, and you might have to go get a center to help him out. And that's probably something that I could see them doing. They also have Schmaltz and Hartman, so their wings are set up good. They don't need to get wingers this year. They don't need to spend money on that. And I don't think they have the money to spend anyways. The problem, again, is that they don't really have defensemen that are ready to play right now. They're talking about having to add Van Riemsdyk in to get Vegas to bite on Kruger. I have some issue with that even being possible to happen. I don't think that will happen. Van Riemsdyk is at a pretty good price right now, and they kind of need him. If they do anything, it would probably be a draft pick or something like that. But I'll get into that maybe another time. Besides that, they don't have much coming up on the defensive side of things. So according to the draft, if they keep their first round pick like they said, because it's going to be in Chicago, look for them to be looking for defensemen. Look for them to look at depth defensemen in the offseason if they can happen to find some space. But I really think that the likelihood is the guy that's going to have to go to get cap space is Anisimov. And there's plenty of teams out there that are going to be happy to have him. Carolina would probably be one, just off the top of my head. They certainly have the cap space. Detroit might give him a shot. You know, teams like that are weak at center would likely easily give them a first round pick and a prospect for that, or maybe another depth defenseman. Anyways, boys and girls, that's my full 42% for today. Make sure to check out my other videos. Like I said, I did Oilers, Winnipeg. I've also did my top 10 coaches. I did it in increments of 5. You might be interested in that. I also did one on what's going to happen with what's his name? Jeez. Anyways, I did an Ovechkin one. I did a Crosby one. I did one on Subban, and they're all pretty popular. I'm sure you'd like it. Lots of pearls of wisdom. Kovalchuk. What's going to happen with Kovalchuk? Lots of pearls of wisdom on your lap. Have a great day. Lots of love to you. Stay well lubed.